people. Yes. I'm so glad to see you guys here today. The purpose of this community relationship engagement was to let the community know that we had some revitalization that's going on. We registered 1307 Jefferson Avenue to turn it into a holistic care center. We also had some intel to bring back the seniors daycare center, day center, back to Jefferson Avenue, and also offer an after-school program for our children. Today I found out that Ellicott Development has turned it, they have overridden my business proposal and certification to turn it into a dispensary. So Jefferson Avenue will have a dispensary over at 1307 Jefferson Avenue and not the holistic care center. But, no, because I'll say and. And means goodness, but means earn. So, and we have been offered additional space, a better location, still on the east side, on East Delavan. So, it's more space, more opportunity available for us to run each individual entity that we have and still have our day center for the seniors and the after-school program for the children. Now, I have brought a very special guest today. There are injustices that still happen in our world, we know that. But we are here to make sure that these injustices don't continue to happen in our community, in our family, and in our world. Mrs. LaVon Jones was 9 years old and fourth grader, very excited about school, loved drawing, knew he was an artist. Because you know, when you got gifts and you gonna show them off. Sometimes adults, sometimes evil people try to burden it down so that you don't show nothing. But he kept his faith. And there was a restaurant and building contest in 1972 in Rochester, New York, with the Rochester City School District. LaVon Jones, fourth grade student, he won the contest. Ain't that about something? Talk about it. He won the contest, but he knew he was gonna win. Okay? That's how confident he was. At 9. He won the contest, got the trip to Burger King. Aww, that's so nice. Moving forward, here go 3 years pass by. I'm 12 years old now. The building that I designed this building, and now I see a building being erected just like I designed. Who did this? Who did this? Who did it? Does anybody know? LaVon know. His mother know. His brothers know.
Yo, this is LaVon Jones and 4th who lied, July, 4th of July. They really lied. So I'm here with family, and you see, my mother is not gonna lie for me. My aunt is not gonna lie for me. So we're here to let you know that I really won. And if people don't want to face it, if people don't want to acknowledge what's going on, don't worry, because right now where I'm at with Rochester, it's up. It's really up. So I like to thank everybody who supported me and know from day one who LaVon Jones is. I won a winner, a real winner. So
Okay, I'm Patricia Evans. I'm LaVon Jones' first cousin. I remember when he drew the picture when he was a little boy, and we were so proud of him, knowing how good he can draw. And then the next 4 to 5 years, you see the building has been established, and he got no credit for it. And the city and everyone else is getting away with too much. And this needs to be handled because it's taking things away from people that deserve what they should have. Being a child and being taken advantage of is not right. Thank you.
God gave him that for him. And I told him, I said, LeVon, use the honor. I said, God gave you that. He said, yeah, I know.
And then for him to be 9 years old and win the contest.
9 years old. He win the contest at number 22. Because him and his brother come running up in the house. He said, I win, Mama. She did. He said, yeah, but she gonna take me to McDonald's or something. I told her, really? He said, but I did the drawing and I win.
And then they built the building in 1976. Y'all.
I'm through now.
Kendrick Span.
How do you know LeVon Jones? How do you know LeVon Jones?
LeVon Jones is my nephew. 1968. About 2 years ago.
And do you remember him designing the building?
I remember him. He designed a suit that I graduated from Stone Street. Graduated from my beauty salon.
All right, man.
He made the suit, Italian suit. And he just, at that time, was a clothing designer. And clothing was over New York State and California.
They already
Anyway, when I met Willie's dad, Willie LeVon, maybe he was 2, 3.
I'm co-pastor Elizabeth Kendricks, and I'm here on honor of my sister Viola Hugh and my nephew LeVon. I've excited to tell his auntie about this building. So him and I sitting down talking one day, and I'm riding around down there, and I saw him talking.
And you remember I designed it when I was 9 years old?
Yep. 9 years old. Well, we born and raised in Mississippi. A place that I had to like, but I didn't. So we was there for quite a while. And we all decided to leave. And we all came here. And this is our home. We're here. So, by the help of God, we all made it. We made it very, very good. Everything we did it good. We got jobs, we got homes, we got cars, and we got more kids. So we did a good thing. And we were happy, and we still happy. Thank God for our life. This my baby here. Don't leave me. They're my baby sister. And that's my husband.
I met his wife. I came 1966. 2 years after his wife. 2 years later, I met my lovely wife, Elizabeth. And
now look, I-N-T-E. I-N-T.
my first love. And 52
Thank you,
years and a
Auntie.
half.
Yep.
And our children.
And this one right here, LeVon, he look like my dad.
Everybody
Just
says that.
like him.
Every time I wear a hat,
Look just like him.
I always get that, and it's not a bad thing because my grandfather is the reason why all of us are living. Because if he didn't do what he did in Mississippi, we wouldn't be here in Rochester today. So that let people know the history of Mississippi, that like all black men was not bowing down and cowering down to what was going on, to the oppression and the Jim Crow that was happening.
And my grandfather, born 1885, and
Yes, you can go be Miss Elizabeth.
And I came here at the age of 19, running against the wind. There was no future in South Carolina.
I made you care.
Gilmore.
And how are you related to Levon?
I've been knowing Levon for years, and Levon is a drawer and everything else. Believe me when I tell you.
So you do remember when Levon designed the building?
Yes.
One person who, like, as a child, never forgot that I did that, and I
Yes.
can always go back to
Yep.
like keep my sanity. To say, Aunt Carol, you remember when I designed that building?
Yep.
And it's not one time where she said, in my old age, I forgot.
Yes, that's right. People
Thank
do
you.
that stuff. They
Yeah,
don't want to know nothing. But
exactly. Because my
Speak the
teacher,
truth.
who was the teacher that was a black teacher who was the aide. She don't even remember me drawing the building. She was the one who took me to Burger King
Ain't that
for the
awful?
contest.
Wow.
So like, but yeah, my Aunt Carol remembers. So yeah, I won.
Thank you, Aunt Carol.
You're welcome. I gotta go put this in.
JT Summer.
How do you know Levon?
You got the Hummer?
How do you know Levon?
Because I rode past the house the other day, I didn't see it. I was like,
a little bit,
you had like 5 cars up in the driveway.
His family knew, but Rochester, New York State, did you know? Yeah, you know. You hit it. And we have him here to tell his story and also to show his story. Because that's how intelligent and gifted he is, will be, always.
I'd like to thank Reverend Marquisha. It wouldn't be possible without her for me to be here. And she's been like on this travel. I was having a court case coming up for this incident, and I got in touch with her on internet. And she's seen the case and she reached out to me. And I guess it touched her and moved in such a way that like she told me that she would even come down and come to my court case because I didn't have anyone that was in the courtroom with me. If I didn't have no one in the courtroom, it would have been my word against their words. But she was there, and I always appreciated her for what she did for me. The only thing I get mad at her because she's not around enough. I want her around all the time. I need to talk to you. I want need to compare notes. This is what's going on. But like I said, she's been very divine. And I'm Levon Jones. One thing about me, a lot of people don't know, I was born in Mississippi. I never was ashamed of being from Mississippi. I never tried to act like I was from New York, but we moved to New York. We moved there like when I was like at about 5 or 6 years old. I remember the first day when we got to Rochester, we put up downtown, Sibley's, like in the winter day. I had never seen snow before, being from Mississippi. And it was so cold, and I remember telling my mother, I don't like this place. And my mother like, shut up. Tell me you don't like this place. I'm like, I didn't like it because of the cold, but I didn't know that also the nature of the place too would also be like contribute of why I didn't like the place. So, and I'm gonna show you a picture. This is one of the reasons who I am responsible for us being able to come off the porch, being able to move around like how we move around. This man right here, this man is Willie Gilmore. That was my mother's father. Willie Gilmore was like a type of man that like, his one thing that he used to say was, I don't play. And And like when I was a kid, I was like, what do you mean you don't play? Like I'm a kid, like, yo, it's a grandpa, what do you mean you don't play? He's like, I don't play. Not like he was a mean man, he would dance. He played harmonica, he played with B.B. King. He knew B.B. King as Riley Key. My grandmother used to cook food for him and my grandfather. And my grandfather had the chance to go with him, to go on tour with him, but my grandfather wouldn't leave. Because at the time, Mississippi was very volatile towards blacks, so my grandfather wouldn't leave. That's the type of man that he was. So my grandfather told me stories in Mississippi that like didn't concur with what other people were saying about people from Mississippi. My grandfather served on the chain gang for shooting a white man. My grandfather told me the story. This is the story he told me, that he was, a gang of guys grabbed him up, tied him in a croaker sack, tied his hands behind his back, and threw him over the Mississippi Bridge. And my grandfather said, I used to have long hair, and I had razor blades in my hair. And my grandfather said, I took my hands and came from under him, brought my hands up, got the razor blades out, cut the ropes and cut the bags, and swam back up to the top. He said when he went into town, he said the men were sitting there drinking. They were like drinking, and he said he walked up on them with 2 German Lugers, and that was the last thing that they seen. So that's the type of man that my grandfather was. So like my grandfather like gave me the sense of like what a man was, and also that like that how elders were so important to like telling my story of me being able to be who I am, because then my mother made the initiative to get me out of Mississippi because she did not want me to go through the things that she seen her father go through. Because my mother, I used to hear my mother tell me, at the age of 3, she used to pick cotton. She used to drag the bags along the line at 3 years old, picking cotton. And that was something that I just couldn't understand. I was like, wow, like how old you 3 years old and you're not in school? So that right there, just like I could never like dawn or like get a grasp on that. But so yeah, that's just to give you a little story of where I'm from, so that like you don't see me in my suit or my talk and think that I'm just a city slicker. I came from what my mother told me was slavery. My mother made me understood that like that like we did this. We couldn't go to school because we had to pick cotton to be able to pay for our food and a place to stay. So like, and then she's like, my mother's like, I work so that you don't have to work. My mother always told me that. So my mother got us here out of Mississippi and got us to Rochester, New York, and I think it had to be like in '68, and that was right after the riots. So like me coming to Rochester, like I was very green. I stuttered, people would say I talk country. I didn't really fit in. I was always like different. But like the one thing that like I excelled in, that my mother would always tell people that like, yo, my son's an artist. He's always been an artist. At 7 years old, my mother knew. I had bought like statues. They were like clay statues of some angels, and they were all white. You know, ceramics, when you buy them, they'd never painted or colored. So I took like fingernail polish and painted them black and made them look like they were black angels. And my mother was just blown away, like, man, this boy is an artist at 7. So I always had the gift of like just like being able to sit down with a piece of paper and out of my imagination and just like come up with certain things. And all the other kids that were like into like TV and stuff like that, my favorite program to watch was Good Times. Who's seen Good Times? Okay. And now I'm actually, if I already, yeah. Now if I told you the answer already, don't answer, but like, I'm gonna ask you, Jimmy J.J. Walker, what was he?
You talking about the oldest son?
Yeah. What was he?
Dynamite?
Yeah, Kid Dynamite.
Yeah.
Other than Dynamite, what else was he? Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
So, and that was in '70s, the 1970s. So like I was very influenced by this cat, and he wasn't even an artist, he was just an actor.
Right.
The guy who did the work is called Sugar Shack. And that same, remember the picture with the long arms that used to, and the artist's name is Ernie Barnes. And that's the picture that whenever you seen Good Time come on, you would see that picture. Eddie Murphy bought that picture from Marvin Gaye estate for $58,000. And guess he sold a copy for how much? $16 million for that copy. For a copy of it. So that was just something that burned that image. Every time seeing that image, when the show goes on and goes off, that was always inspiring to me. That like I thought Jimmy J.J. Walker was the greatest artist in the world. So like, but I never knew that it was done by Ernie Barnes, a famous painter. So, and then another thing that I was inspired by when I was little was the Jetsons. The Jetsons was like one of my favorite cartoons. Me and my brother we would fight or either argue, or what I would do was I would trade my TV, my cereal to be able to watch the Jetsons in Good Time. So I would give any food that I had that I would trade them. Because what we did was like systematically, we would have like, okay, you get this night to watch what you want. You get this night to watch what you want. So like to be able to watch the Jetsons in the Good Time, I give away cereal and different stuff. So here, this guy right here, Stafford Development, William Shue. This is where it all started from. He came to City School District, Ronald Goldberg, who was the head of City School District in 1972, and he came with the ideal to like solicit all fourth graders for a design for a building and restaurant. And like the only prize that would be given was a trip to the grand opening of Burger King, which is opening in Midtown Plaza. If you're not from Rochester, or if you've been in Rochester, you'll know what Midtown is. It's not there anymore. So it started with him. This guy came, and he's building development. So that they couldn't get anything from an architect. So like, I guess they wanted to use his. So it went to Ronald Goldberg, City School District. He was head of City School District. So him and William E. Shue came together, and he gave William E. Shue the power to be able to use all fourth graders within the City School District to like solicit them for drawing. And then takes us to high school. 1972, I was 9 years old, and I went to this school right here, number 20 school. That school is no longer there. They changed the name because like what they did was change the name and change all the what's called to like protect like the guilty. So number 20 school, and then my teacher was Mary Shane. Now, 9 years old, how do I remember all of this? How did I not forget all of this? Do you remember who your fourth grade teacher? Anybody can tell me what the name of their fourth grade teacher? Miss Murphy. See? Some people can, some people can't, right? Because like certain things that leaves an impression on you, you won't forget. So, okay. Mary Shank was the teacher of fourth grade. Okay, me. Nine-year-old black kid, fourth grade, number 20 school. That's me, LeVon Jones. I was 9 years old, like full of ambition. Like yo, teacher used to say, like I got the papers from school. Teacher used to say, he's a good student, but just one thing, he's always drawing on his desk. He's always handing in paperwork, his homework. He got drawings all over. He's like, but he's a good student though. He works best by himself. So that's me, ninth grade. So the day when they had the contest, it was something that like, I knew that like that was my area. I was ready. Okay. Dolores Buckner, teacher's aide, had a crush on her. She was like a soul-trained dancer. I couldn't wait for the teacher to get sick. And for her to come. I mean, every time that I knew the teacher was gonna get sick, she was coming. I remember her, had a crush on her. She was the one that took me to Burger King because when I won the contest, because the white teacher couldn't walk down the street in 1972, the little black boy would take me to Burger King. See, you can't make it up.